Hey there, folks. So I'm gonna knock over all these guns. Anyway, after action report or range report, whatever you want to call it. No real specific goal this time while we were out. I just basically, you probably don't know, some of you may, but I've been gone for about 3 weeks. It's been a very long time, it seems, just about a month. Just been about a month I've been gone. So the videos and whatnot that I've uploaded before for the past about month, those are pre-scheduled videos pretty much. I taped those a while back. Anyway, we went on vacation, wedding, different things, yada, 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 yada. We're finally back here, and I finally got to get out and shoot. So mainly this was just stress relief, because if you ever travel with infants and toddlers on long flights and boats, and I think the only thing we didn't ride was a train. Yeah, it can be very stressful, and so you kind of need a vacation from the so-called vacation. That being said, it was beautiful, and if my wife watches this, which I know she won't, it was beautiful, and I would do it again with you in a blink of an eye. And I'm not lying. I would probably bring more Benadryl, but yeah, okay. Anyway, so today we got out and we just basically shot and stuff. Again, no real purpose. The only real purpose I should have done, because I told somebody I would, was the fake RMR, and I completely blanked out on that, and I forgot to make sure I have my earpods. Sorry, blank squirrel moment. I completely forgot to bring the fake RMR, and I'll do a separate video on that, just kind of talking about it. But spoiler alert, okay, it crapped out. Basically, I think it's the battery connection. It's too finicky. It worked a while on the pistol. It worked a while on the rifle. It worked a while on a bunch of different things. The moment I put it on an airsoft gun, with the mounting plate and stuff that came with the red dot. So what the thing probably was intended and designed to be used for, on an airsoft gun, it puckered out and died. So, and really when I say it puckered out and died, you got to take the thing off, which means you have to lose your zero, take it off. If you know how an RMR works, you got to take it off, got to move the battery around and put it back on. I put tape, I've done different things, spacers and stuff, trying to make sure that it works. And it's just not working. So for me, that's not reliable enough. Well, it never was reliable enough for real use, but even for fun, it's no fun to try to get out and shoot and every, couple shots have to take off the optic and move the battery. So that didn't really work very well. That's that. I'll still make a little video on it because I'm sure people won't watch this and they won't see it. But other than that, we just shot and had fun. And I also went on a little hike thing. I might try to do that a little bit more. I've been trying to be more healthy. I don't know if you can tell. I lost a little bit of weight. It's in the truck. But the lifestyle build, it is actually helping because now I can start to wear it and it hides a little bit better. So anyway, the key to all that, don't go on crazy diets, don't do stupid crazy stuff, and just watch your sugar, watch your junk food, and exercise consistently. That's all I got to say about that. Other than that, like I said, we didn't do any crazy testing, just making sure stuff worked. I swapped out a handguard on the 14.5 pinned M4A1 upper, and it works okay, no big deal. I put the angle foregrip on the Mark 18. Still one of my absolute ultimate top 100 or top 5 guns that I own is this thing right here. For whatever reason, it just works, and it works for me, and it works, and it's beautiful, and it's awesome. We also brought out this guy. This is the 308 build from Saratac, right? I believe I'm saying that right. I can't remember. I bought this specifically to replace another 308 that I had because this was an 80% lower that I wanted to do. The other one was not. But I bought it because I wanted to do that, and I had not seen any videos about it out there. I can't remember if I have made a video of this at all anyway. So this may be the first time some of you are seeing it. I can't remember. If it is the first time, then tell me, and I'll make sure I either reshoot or repost or whatever the other video. But it works well. It is by no means a sniper rifle or anything like that, or a super precision gun. It's, I put it on steel. I didn't shoot paper with it today, but on steel, and I'll roll in a picture somewhere. I mean, 3 shots at 100, like that. And that's fine. That's shooting at steel, which is hard enough to get an exact point of aim. Then you end up just aiming at the bullet or at the splash. So anyway, it did really well. I'm not going to go down and break down all the parts on it because that's for another time, another day. The Kestrel 7.62 AK, which is not designed for this gun, it does work pretty well. It surprisingly, it works well enough for me. It's not a hearing safe gun from anything that I can tell, and especially shooting under an overhang like I usually shoot out here, unless I go up on the hill or run around and play in the woods. It's still kind of short, but the thing about this can is it's not rated for 308, but the thing about it's built like a freaking Russian tank, meaning it's heavy, it is overbuilt, and I think the only way you're going to destroy it is if you try to shoot a larger caliber that it's not meant to handle, like diameter. Like if I tried to shoot anything above a 30 caliber, it can handle 9mm, but it can't handle anything over than that. Or maybe if I shot a bunch of like super 338 Lapua or whatever, something completely just stupid, trying to break it, it's not going to break. Or if you get a baffle strike, if you put it on something, then you'll destroy it. Problem with that is 100-pound arms is out of business. So if this goes poop, then I'm kind of crap out of luck. So anyway, that's this guy. I just got it out to shoot it, re-zero, reconfirm zero really, and it did fine. It did pretty well. Last but not least, well, two things. I did shoot this guy again, put it on paper to confirm the irons. Where I didn't even turn on I didn't turn my irons on. No, I didn't turn on the red dot after I did it, because I did red dot and then I do irons. Okay, but it's working well. I still have not got the Tier 1 concealment holster for it yet, but that will be coming at some point or other. And then last but not least, if you remember, I hinted a long time ago, too long ago, that I was going to be redoing this SBR. Okay, this is my first SBR. This in and of, the main components of this are what I used as a deputy. I have great sentimental value with this gun, and it has always served me well. The problem with it is a freaking atomic cannon. Like, anybody around you is going to hate your stinking guts if you shoot this, and if they're trying to shoot. Like, if they are impressed by, grenade, bombs, whatever, extreme concussion coming out of this thing, then yeah, they'd like it. But most people do not like that, because it completely distracts them, knocks everything off. It knocks stuff off the table. It's obnoxious by every sense of the word. It is obnoxious. Even suppressed. Now I'll put the 100-pound arm suppressor on it. Even suppressed, it blows huge fireballs and is still loud. If you're way out in the middle of the open, you might be able to get a couple shots off and still hear and everything, but that's not safe. I would guess if you put it under a decibel reader, it is. I mean, I know it's not hearing safe, but it is extremely loud. So that's why I said I was going to go ahead and, well, I'm running in circles. I'm chasing my tail. That's the problem with it, okay? When I said that I was going to redo the SBR in that video, I mainly meant that I was going to redo the video, okay? The video about it. I wasn't really changing much. I added a little Chinese knockoff law tactical folder and just some other little things. I've changed a couple things, but that was not mainly what I was talking about. After people started asking, like, what are you going to change? What's this? What's that? I was like, oh, maybe I should. Maybe it's time to relook at this, because this doesn't do anything anymore. I'm not a cop anymore. This doesn't ride around in the back of my truck. I don't have truck guns. I don't really subscribe to that necessarily. And I'm not a cop, so I don't have this with me all the time. I don't clear houses with it. If I clear a house, it's my house, and I use my Scorpion, right? Or I use my pistol. I don't use this thing, because if I shot this in my house, I would blow the drywall off the walls. That's how bad it is. Okay, well, not really. But that being said, after I made the video and people started asking questions, there are a particular couple things that were released on the market, and those actually came in yesterday and today, and I think on Monday I'll get another piece for it. And that will turn this guy into something actually usable, okay? Something that is not extremely obnoxious, completely useless, and a waste of a tack snap. Okay, so yeah, so I am soon, whether it be this coming week, because that was that 4th of July, I can't remember, this coming week or sometime, probably when I go home, I'll put it together. But to shoot it and show y'all, it's going to take a little bit of time to get it out. But also, I say too much. I have on order in the baby infantile stages, like the fetal stages, whatever, I have 2 suppressors that I have ordered. One will go on here and other guns of the like. The other will go most likely on this guy, on the, whatever I call this thing, the 12.5 inch, okay? I won't say what they are right now because let's just have a little suspense and wait. You can wait with me for the next, year or 5 years, however long the ATF wants to hold them for me and make sure that they're safe or whatever. But anyway, once those come in, that's going to change this guy dramatically, and I think that's going to change this guy really pretty dramatically. So look for that stuff in the future. What else? The only other thing is this guy pooped out. Okay, if you remember this guy, this is a lower I got a long time ago. And long story short, the trigger is garbage. And not only garbage, it's dangerous. Okay, I don't know who makes this trigger. It's always shot very well for me. Like, it's been just a relatively light mil-spec trigger. Problem is, last night when I was loading everything up, I went ahead and I was going to load the gun. For whatever reason, I don't care. I was going to load the gun, and I dropped the bolt. And then I went to go put it on safe, and it wouldn't go on safe. So, long story short on that, somehow or other, it released the trigger. It released the trigger. I didn't pull the trigger whenever I released that bolt. So something jumped, something moved, something shifted, and that trigger is no longer safe. That was confirmed today whenever I came out and I was playing with it, trying to see if I could do that. And it would happen again, where it would drop the hammer. I would get a light primer strike. And then I would have to take that out, clear the malfunction, softly seat the next round, and then it would fire just fine. And then the dangerous thing happened is it held open on the last round, put a new magazine, dropped the bolt. Thankfully, it was pointed in a safe direction, and it fired when I dropped the bolt. So this trigger's going bye-bye. So the moral of that story is, even if it's a good deal on a lower parts kit, okay, this is why I think a lot of lower parts kits out there are just the pins and springs and whatevers, minus the fire control group, okay? Because I have got some really cheap fire control groups and lower parts kits, and the parts are fine, but the fire control group, I have like 3, I think, including this guy maybe. I have 2 for sure that when you go to reset the trigger, they fire. And I haven't touched them. I haven't done anything weird to them, haven't polished it, haven't done nothing. They just fire and they mess up. So be careful about that stuff. Sometimes buying a reputable, especially a trigger, that's something I'm going to change my philosophy on. Triggers are not something to be necessarily skimped on, because that's a safety issue. It really is a safety issue. The pins and detents that hold this stuff in, as long as they're working, okay, I don't really care. Like, they're fine. They work just fine with me. Okay, that's like building blocks. Okay, they're okay. They work just fine. Talking about buffers and springs, you're going to see some issues and stuff there. You start talking about triggers and things like that, then you're going to see safety issues. Triggers, safeties, things like that, you're going to see some issues. So, yeah, there are some things you can go cheap on. Some things I would highly advise you take a second look at and make sure you have quality stuff. That doesn't mean everything has to have a Geisley. That just means it has to have a solid trigger. Okay, that's done. That's done. That's it. All right. Yep, that's it. Y'all be good to be safe. Appreciate you watching and everything. If you have any questions about any of this, then, let me know. And I'll try to make up an answer for you. Y'all take care. We'll catch you on the next video.